welcome to Musings, episode number 230. As you see, we are joined by Rodney
Hey,
Asm.
I was jamming the music.
Yeah, I going through the internet, I found a bunch of places that have like royalty-free music you can use, and that was one of the songs. I was like, oh, I'm going to change up our intro theme. It's just a nice little rock tune, and
Yeah, it's got a little
fun.
Get your head bouncing.
Yeah,
royalty free. I thought you played it yourself, Brett. I thought you recorded it.
And retarded.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're having a good time out here. We're going to talk some Kickstarter with the Roadkill Rampage. I think we got to discuss a little bit. We've got a couple trailers that dropped. Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
So we got to talk a little bit about that. It'd be great to get Rodney's perspective on all that too, and he's got to get his lighting just right so you can see the face behind him, the menacing Roadkill Rampage. But hey, we got to knock out some ad reads. So Scott, why don't you start us off with Team Titans of Real Estate?
Team Titans Real Estate. Why? Because you matter. That's right. Even though technology and tools of the trade are always evolving and advancing, you never forget at the core, it's a people business. And we keep your needs first and foremost. Because, when you go with high tech, they go with a cookie cutter approach. And we don't do that because it really is a different approach for every single person's needs. One thing I want to point out, Zillow. And that's a dirty word in the business. A lot of people go there to get their information. Zillow is trying to get into the real estate market. And they're actually officially labeled as a realtor so that we can't talk negatively about them, but I don't care about that.
Well, I can't because I'm not a realtor. Yeah. Even the guy that owns Zillow has said that his house is mislabeled on there as well. So.
Oh, yeah. It was like 50, 60,000 off. But yeah, they have tried to evolve the program and the algorithms to be more and more accurate. And they've decided why service be an industry where we pay them for ads when they can just become realtors themselves. And they got into the business of buying and selling houses. Well, they have lost $131 million as a business because their algorithm priced everything wrong. So they bought things way more than they should have and couldn't sell them. So use a local realtor. If you're in the Southeast Michigan area, give Jill and I a call. Our number is 586-232-5144. You can go to our website there, teamtitansrealestate.com. We will give you an accurate market analysis of your home. Why? What's the difference? The difference is we go to your house. We see your house. We can pull up the MLS info on the similar houses and make adjustments for the pros and cons of each house in comparison to yours. And we customize it to you. Whereas these online computerized systems, they're just taking like 2 square miles and averaging out. So if you're in an area where, let's say you're a high-end neighborhood, but there's a subdivision, like maybe you're in $1 million neighborhood and there's a subdivision next to a $500,000 houses. Well, the average will give you a lower number than what it should be, and vice versa. If you're in the lower end neighborhood, the algorithm's going to tell you to try to sell much higher than you should, and it'll just sit on the market. So use local realtors. If you're not local to the Southeast Michigan area, you can still give us a call. We have a great network of realtors around the country, and we will gladly hook you up with one of them as well. So once again, 586-232-5144.
Yeah, that's interesting you put that about the Zillow, talking about how they overpaid and things like that. The thing with the webs is, too many people come relying on it as the absolute end-all, be-all. Whatever it says is it. And I think too many people rely on that and don't actually research and challenge some of the wordings out there and some of the things they say. As an example, this isn't really an internet-related, but my brother had an issue with his roof because he had storm damage. Well, they had an adjuster who didn't come out, said it had been just damaged from before and was refusing to pay for any fixing on it. So he spent the last 2 months fighting this stuff because if you took it for face value, like Zillow's telling you to do, he'd be stuck with fixing himself. Well, now he just got a call because they fired the other adjuster who didn't do his job. And guess what? He's getting a new roof because that's what he pays insurance for. And that's the same thing with Zillow. When you go to Zillow and people talk about, oh, yeah, look at this. I can go buy this home for that, this or that. It's a neat little quick tool to get an idea, but you can't trust the face value. And you got to do your research on everything.
So talking about research, I was wrong. They did not lose $131 million. They lost $550 million. And they've announced they are actually going to stop flipping homes because And they're looking to lay off a quarter of their staff because their own software is so horrible. So stop relying on Zillow. They can't even make money for themselves.
Well,
Use a real realtor.
they didn't lose 550 million. They lost $500 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds better, right?
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. So, like Brett said, it's great for a ballpark estimate. If you just want to keep your pulse on, your finger on the pulse. But here's something better too. We have an awesome app. It links right into the MLS. If you want to track the houses in your own neighborhood, just so you know what's selling, you got an idea. We have this awesome app. We can text it right to you, put it on your phone whenever you feel like it. You can look on the phone, see what's for sale in your neighborhood. If you're on vacation in Florida and you want to see what the market is, you pull it up. It pulls up the local houses from the MLS down there. So, wherever you want to go, if you like looking at open houses while on vacation, you can see what open houses there are. So give me a call. You can email me or text me. My number, 586-549-6096. I can text you the app as well.
Yeah, and I can guarantee Scott did this when we got to our Airbnb in San Diego a couple years ago. And that was he was checking this one house across the street to see what they were going for where we were staying at. So it's kind of neat thing to do is check that MLS and see what the pricing is and get an idea in the neighborhood. So
Right.
But we do have another great sponsor, and that is Loringer Family Chiropractic Center, PC, located in Belleville, Michigan, and Dexter, Michigan. I mentioned to Scott and Rodney, I have come down with a little bit of a cold. I was working, and it was raining and cold, and so I come out with a head cold, as I get every once in a while because of my growing up with asthma. So it's kind of just an upper respiratory. So it's not COVID, people. So you're not going to catch anything watching me on TV here. Watching on the computer here, you're not going to catch anything. But I did get adjusted yesterday because getting adjusted actually helps. If you're not feeling it, my chiropractor at Loringer's, they say, come in when you're not feeling good. Let us know ahead of time because they just make sure that if they just put you right into a room, and then they sanitize everything afterwards, and before. So they do it between every patient anyways. But, they do take great pride in providing the finest chiropractor each and every patient. And it's good when you're healthy and not feeling good. Because what you do is you get your body aligned. Your body helps heal faster. And within a couple hours getting adjusted yesterday, besides taking normal, just decongested, stuff like that, I started feeling much better. So I know my body was healing itself. And that's what, they do there at Loringer Family Chiropractic. And that's where you want to go for one of your wellness things, besides, healthy eating, vitamins, things like that. But they can help you with a lot of that stuff. So check them out at LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com. We have a link at Odd Musings. And of course, at Loringer Family Chiro right here on the Facebook. And they got a call now button. So you can give them a call at 734-697-4244. And they've been with us since day one. So definitely check out Loringer Family Chiropractic.
You got a shout out from Kathy.
Yo, that's one of my second moms down there in Florida. She's actually watching us live. This is rare. Usually she catches us later on in the day. So Kathy, hope you're doing well. Hope it's a lot warmer down there than it is up here. So enjoy, and we'll have to see you sometime. Hopefully after the first year, we'll be down there again in that area and check you guys out again. So Rodney, how you been, man?
Busy.
Well, I gotta say, you finished up your pitter patter.
Yes.
We just got that last week. By the way, I didn't get a pin. I was supposed to get a pin with that.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I will let Tina know.
Get
it to you.
Yeah. And no rush.
I got my pin.
So no, you know what? You know
they
what's
must
funny
like me better.
Is she okay? I'll tell you exactly what happened. It's funny that you mentioned that because she was packing yours, and she packed it. And Scott, you can attest this. It's wrapped in like a little foamy thing.
Yep.
She had turned it backwards, so the nub was facing in, and she noticed it, and she opened it up and said, "I can't do that. I got to flip it around." And the phone rang, and she got distracted, and she must have just forgot to stick it back in there. So I'll let her know.
Oh, see, I thought it went like this. Oh, here's Brett's comics. He wants a pin. F him.
And then they said
he missed the podcast with us the other week when he was supposed to promote his and Scott's, and so screw that. He don't get no pin.
And then they said, and if he asks about it, tell him the phone rang.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, use the phone story.
Yeah. Which one do we use? Let's spin the excuse wheel. Bzzz, phone call.
Let's see. I might have the pitter patter here. Let me look real quick.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I put mine at. I think I got a stack of comics right here right now and stuff. I got to go back through again.
Oh yeah.
So, because it's funny, it's like I got yours, and then I've gotten several others. Because you
Oh,
always
I
fall
have
down
it
the
at my
rabbit hole.
house.
Yeah, we fall down the rabbit hole of Kickstarter. Is you go and support your pals and your friends and things you see and you follow, and then also you start looking like, oh, that looks cool. Click. That looks cool. Click. That looks cool. Click. Next thing you know, 4, 5, 6 months later, everything's showing up, and you're getting all kinds of really cool stuff. So
Yeah, it's like
the
Christmas.
Pitter-Patter.
I love when these things come in, but and then because of the time, I forget what I ordered. So like with Rodney's, I'm opening up and like, oh, I got a pin. I forgot about that.
The Pitter-Patter is fun. I enjoyed that because I remember reading the first issue. In fact, I may even have the first issue as a duplicate now, which is fine with me because I always like to make sure we support our pals who do this stuff. And it's like going to Comic-Cons when I'm doing this stuff. It's like, I can't go to a Comic-Con this month, but I can do some Kickstarter and kind of fills that void you got there. And you guys are funded too, which is really cool.
Yeah, and the good thing about issue 1 of Pitter-Patter is the new issue 1 has an additional backup story in it. And it actually has 2. The one is only the one is only 1 page long, but so there's 6 additional pages of story in that.
Okay, so yeah, so I do want to have. That's why I did get the first one in again because I didn't have the additional story. So
right, yeah, but yeah, it's fun. We're getting a lot of feedback about people loving it and saying it. It's really they really appreciate the camaraderie with the 2 characters back and forth and you really get the sense that they really care about each other, and which is great because it's not something that I try to shove down people's throats. I should just try to establish that they're like brothers. They can mess with each other all they want, but if you start messing with them, hey, back off. That's my brother. So.
Yeah. Well, what's fun is it's an all age friendly book, so anybody can read it. And I like all age friendly stuff out there because then you got kids coming to Comic Cons or just seeing it, and people are like, oh, this is something that's not just for the older teens to adults. There's actually something for the kids there too. But then older teens and adults can actually enjoy it too because there's a lot of fun humor, kind of like in that Warner Brothers, old cartoon style.
Yeah, that's very much in that vein. I'm very heavily influenced by the old Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah, or Animaniacs even. I get a very strong Animaniacs vibe from
it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So you
go ahead. Sorry, speaking of Animaniacs, at issue 2, I don't know if either one of you caught it, but I put the good feathers in there on the roof.
I saw that. That was hilarious. I love the good feathers. The good feathers were one of my favorite bits of the original Animaniacs.
Yeah,
especially when they did like their intro, they basically did like a very short version of Goodfellas. That's why they call them good feathers, but they almost pretty much did that. It's like, this is kind of getting a little risque here in a little bit, but that's what Warner Brothers does. They share, they get you thinking, and as a kid, you're like, oh, this is funny, and as an adult, you're going, oh, I know what that meant.
Right?
Different levels of humor.
Yeah.
So in doing Pitter-Patter, and you're the creator, writer, artist.
Yes.
Then you got to shift gears from that to Roadkill Rampage, which is a very different style, very different tone. Everything about it is different. Did you find it takes you a little bit to like shift that gear and like you got to warm up a little to get into that mode? No?
I tell people it's just like walking from one bedroom to another.
Yeah.
And because I've been doing it for so long, and I've got so many the voices talking to me constantly, and it's Tess from Roadkill Rampage, and it's the guys from Pitter-Patter, or it's Peanut Pudding and Jelly, or it's this other superhero project that I've been working on, and they're always talking to me. So it's a matter of trying to decide what to sit down and work on first.
Right.
And it's funny because you're so amped up that you want to get this done so you can get over to this.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very easy to just go from one to another. And the reason for that I wanted to do the Roadkill Rampage was because I was kind of getting pegged as that all ages kids book guy, and which is fine, but I've always felt that I have more to offer than that. So I wanted to take a step into the adult story writing, the horror stuff, because I've loved horror comics since I was a kid, and that's why I did Roadkill Rampage. So
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because like even for myself with Crimson Shadows, I was getting pegged as the Star Wars guy,
Yeah,
and while I absolutely love drawing Star Wars and stuff, I had the stories I want to tell were very different, and yeah, I wanted my own properties out instead of dealing with Lucasfilm stuff. And but you're right, it's like you're creating a new genre for yourself where people haven't ever thought of you that way.
yeah. And the thing that lets me know that I'm doing a good job is when people say, "Dude, I know you as this," and then I get this. Damn, good job. I was
Right.
impressed. A little shocked, but I was impressed. That
Yeah.
makes you feel good, you know.
So right now you're fully funded. You're at $27,023, 61 backers, 16 days ago. You've got a number of stretch goals unlocked already,
Yes,
and
yes,
you're almost at your next unlock one holograph sticker if you get 75 backers.
yeah. That's you know that sticker's funny because we worked on that sticker, and Tina and I, our brains are so different. She is so business and straight line, and and I'm so creative and hazzy frazzy. And doing those eyes for that sticker was just if we could have had a video camera rolling and play that footage. That's like a whole separate channel. It's just funny. It's she literally is producer B. I mean, she no, this isn't right. It's not symmetrical. It's just going back. Does it need to be? That sticker has a lot of weight behind it. So
Nice. And then what was the at $50? You got, let's see, get both limited edition covers I and J at great price. Each
yeah,
cover limited to a print run of 25.
yeah, those are the Steph Wilson variants. I think it's the naughty and the nice versions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got those. We jumped on the Steph Wilson bandwagon through advice from some friends, and we're kind of happy we did because that's selling very well. So,
Very good. And let's see, if you hit 3250, you got metal trading cards you're going to add
well,
right there.
we're going to add the Tess trading card because
Tess.
yeah, we have a set of all the bad guys, including Ace from issue 1.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a 6 card set, and if we get to 3250, we're going
Nice.
to add Tess in there as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, hey, you even got Baby Yoda. The
Yeah,
circle of destruction.
that's our buddy Russell Allen. He has an alter ego Steph pool. It's he puts on a Deadpool mask and he takes on a new persona. And
Nice.
he's not a very good artist, but he makes fun of it. He calls it pardon my language, but he says shitty art with witty humor. So he did a Baby Yoda thing for us, and that we've got the Roadkill Rampage stickers in there. So yeah, it's just
Nice.
fun.
Love it. So how do people find you, and tell them a little bit about Roadkill Rampage?
Well, let's see. With issue 2 of Roadkill Rampage, issue 2 starts with Tess. She is in the forest, in the dark forest, and she is alone now. She tries to find her way home. She stumbles across an injured dog. While trying to find help for the injured dog, she comes across an old veterinarian's house, and she goes in and she's talking to him, and he tells her that the animals in the region have been up to some really strange and eerie activities. So Tess, being a young girl in a horror story, does whatever a young girl in a horror story does. She goes back down into the basement, or she goes back to the cemetery, the scene of the crime. And in this case, it's the old farmhouse where she finds the dog because she wants to find out what's going on. And when she does that, she kicks the proverbial hornet's nest. And in kicking that nest, it is revealed to her very quickly that evil comes in many forms in this forest. So then we have to read further and find out whether or not she can escape the evil that is pursuing her, or if it's going to grab hold of her and drag her off into the deep dark forest. So that is a basic synopsis of what's going on with issue 2.
Great. The artwork is great too. It's black and white on the inside, correct?
Yes.
Yep. So you guys do a wonderful job. It's not easy doing pure black and white.
Yeah.
You got to really understand it. That's why I brought Kevin on board to Crimson Shadows because he's way better at that than I am. But yeah, you guys do a great job with how you block everything out and tell your story there.
Yeah, it's Sean Langley is the artist on issue 2. Eamon for issue 1 did a wash, and Sean took this approach, and it's a little different, but it's still cool as hell.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I love this cover. This is the cover I grabbed when I did the or no, I'm sorry, I got cover B. Cover B looks sweet too. So you got cover A, which is your primary cover.
Yeah.
And then cover B is the 48-hour exclusive. I'm loving that.
Yeah, that's the Eamon Hill cover.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, I love both of them. And we got Sean Forney jumping in. We love Sean.
A Sean Forney cover. Oh my gosh.
A Sean Forney cover. I love the work in progress video he did showing him sketching it out and getting
that was really cool.
That was really neat. Then we got cover D here. This has a very a throwback feel to it makes me think of the old Attack of the Giant Ants movies or it's got that classic vintage feel.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't. It's Andre Ausch. He's from Toronto. A lot of people aren't familiar with him. He is pretty big in the Marvel sketch card arena. Does a lot of sketch cards, and this is his first ever variant cover.
Sweet.
We became friends with him online. Really good guy, really funny, dry sense of humor. And just a phenomenal artist, and we were very happy to offer him a shot at it, and he jumped at it. And we love the cover. We think he did a great job.
Oh yeah,
and you're right. It's very very throwbacky to the 50s giant type movies.
Yeah, I love the lighting. It looks like she's got the headlights of the car shining on her, maybe.
Yeah,
and then the creature coming out of the back there looks pretty spooky.
Yeah.
And we got the Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann. These are the Naughty and Nice.
Carrie Ann is Steph's wife, and she does all the coloring. And she's a pretty phenomenal colorist.
These rabbits look very interested. Virgin and holofoil covers available through add-on menu.
Yeah.
You got the blank sketch covers.
Yeah, those are cool. I can't wait to get one. I want to draw me a Tess.
Yeah. These are always fun. Commissions are available. That's great. You got from Sean Langley and Rodney Fyke.
And that's a good price for $75 for a 9x12 is really good. Full color.
Yeah, that's a good size sketch.
Yeah.
So very nice.
That's what the size that Sean and I did on the sketch offs on Thursday Night Throwdown or Friday Night Draw.
You can get the complete Roadkill Rampage package. So this is everything regarding issue 2.
Yeah.
Right here. So you can get the whole thing for $175. Let's see. Oh wow, there's 8 versions of that cover here.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't realize that one. $250 to get all 8 plus 4 mini prints. So that's quite the deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You got the Sean Forney original variant cover. So you get the original inks pencil and inks, I should say, along with the 11x17 full color print and the book.
Yep.
That's a good deal.
Yeah,
that is a good deal.
Get the original cover as well. That's a really good deal.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know who Sean is, Sean has done a ton of work out there for various companies and stuff. And I mean, he's worked on Deadpool, What else, Brett? You know his history more
Well,
than
he
me.
works with Murat quite a bit on
Yeah,
a lot of the Dead Pooh stuff. He's done stuff.
Deadpool.
He's done some commercial work. I know Bakugan stuff back in the day, and some stuff you don't necessarily see his name on it because it's corporate stuff.
Right.
But he's definitely done a lot of different covers. Layfield, he's just worked with Rob Liefeld a couple times,
Yep.
at least once I know for sure, if not twice. And just a bunch of stuff. In fact, I think he does a morning show too on Wednesdays where he's drawing, so he's probably doing that right now. But yeah, Sean is a fantastic illustrator, inker, and in my opinion, the best colorist in the industry. And I've said that for more than a decade. He's just a fantastic colorist. His choice of lighting, colors
Yep.
is always just fantastic. And
Yeah.
if someone's looking to hire him, yeah, you're gonna pay him, but he's well worth the money.
Oh, definitely. And like we used them for issue 2 of Crimson Shadows and for Poe
Yeah.
as well.
And he meets deadlines,
Yes.
which is very important.
It's very important. He
Yes.
meets deadlines, and he's an awesome guy. Just
Yeah.
him and Stephanie are awesome. We love seeing them.
I've been friends with him
Yeah.
for about 15 years now. So
Yeah.
just a great guy all around, him and stuff. And like I said, his artwork is just phenomenal. The storytelling they do on their Scarlet Huntress series, which they're getting ready to do something more with that down the road here, is always a lot of fun. So I check him out. You can find him. Just Google Sean Forney. You'll find him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Good people.
Then here's the infamous add-on menu that Kickstarter has. So once you place your order over here, you pick your reward package along the side here. But then when you're checking out, you can do add-ons. You can buy additional items to customize your package. So it's a pretty nice thing. So here's those enamel pins Brett was talking about earlier.
We've
got the mini print sets.
Actually, the enamel pins, Jay Fyke did the designs on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shout out to Jay Fyke.
Yeah, he's got he works with a company that he does a lot of the graphic designs for this pin company, and they do fantastic work.
Yeah.
We same with our Poe, the pins for that, and then when we run our Crimson Shadows pins, we'll be going through Jay also.
Yeah,
and it's a quality product, so they're not cheap. They're nice.
Yeah, it's really when we got the pitter patter pins in, I was really blown away by the quality of those, and these are these are just really surpassed my expectations. These are really awesome. I wasn't sure that we were going to be able to convey, that look and that smile with all those bat wings, but he just really crushed it.
Yeah, he did. That's excellent. Then you got the cover mini print set. You can get all 4 covers there.
Yeah.
And then for that one, are those 4x6s? What's the size?
I think they are. I want to say 6x9.
Mm. Oh,
so it's actually a comic book cover size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're 6x9s.
Sweet.
I could be wrong.
You got the mini print set for the Steph and Carrie Ann mini print set. You got that. Oh, here's the metal card set you were talking about featuring the bad guys.
Oh, yeah. Including Ace from issue 1. So we've got Ace and then all the bad boys from issue 2.
It's interesting looking at them. There's almost like a 3D effect on them. Like they look like they pop out. And
yes, they do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we worked at that. Sean did some backgrounds on them that were just kind of marker streaky, and we just wanted to go in and add the digital noise in the background, and it really pops them. So
that looks really cool. That's going to look amazing on metal.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with those bright colors behind them. So
so
that'll be sharp, and then we got to get up to that 3250 mark to unlock that 6 card of Tess.
Yeah, the Tess, yeah.
Here's the Naughty Nice covers.
Yep. There we go there.
Where's the price? Oh, here we go. 25 and 30.
Yeah.
So that's there. Cover F and H. The holofoils.
Oh yeah.
Holofoils are neat. You get that, you twist it back and forth in the light, and you'll get the rainbow color effect or whatever.
Yeah, and that's something new that we've gotten into with this issue with this cover. So
Yeah,
and
only 25 of each too,
yeah,
so that's gonna be very limited.
and people are digging them, so that's fine with us.
Roadkill Rampage T-shirt.
Yeah, I
I
want one.
love your logo. You did a killer job with the logo.
Oh, thank you. A shout out to Dave Lentz on that. We kind of all put our brains together, and that's what he came up with, the final version. Yeah.
So here's all the stretch goals that are unlocked. 2000 was unlocked, an Ace and Test trading card set. It's rampaged. I like that. I love it. The mini print by Adam Fields. You guys just revealed the final art on that, didn't you?
Yeah. It looks amazing. It's pretty cool.
Indeed. There's the test metal trading card that's waiting to be rampaged.
We're almost there. Almost there.
We are. We're getting there.
Another $500. We'll get there.
And with 16 days to go. And then you guys will have to come up with your next stretch goal. Do you guys already know what it is?
I'm sure she does, but I don't.
It's above your pay grade.
My job is to draw and write.
Yeah. She's like, I'll come with ideas. You just draw, monkey boy.
Yeah. She always says, "You just sit there and look pretty and draw."
Yeah.
Yes,
I forgot about you guys had this first day backer bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Allen strikes again.
I do think you may want to think about growing your hair out after seeing that cover, though. I think that's quite the look.
Well, my hair used to be really, really long.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was all the way down to the bottom of my back.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Back when back in my hellion days.
Now you live in Kentucky, so was it a Kentucky mud flap?
No. It was actually, I had the sides of my head shaved and I had the long hair, and I usually wore it in a ponytail unless I was in a mosh pit or stage diving or, listening to music or whatever. And then I would let it go free. And yeah, I was a madman.
Nice.
That is why I have a bad back and everything now, because I was a hellion in my 20s.
Yes. It caught up to you.
Yes. Too much headbanging.
So let's see here. And then all the boilerplate stuff. So there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so there's a lot of creamy goodness there stuffed in that Kickstarter. Something for everybody's taste. So
yeah, and you got options too. So if they didn't get issue 1, you can still get issue 1 through this.
Yeah,
which is great. So it's not just all about issue 2. I enjoyed issue 1 a lot. In fact, we got sent a preview copy of it during the last Kickstarter when we had you on. It was great to read that, but I loved actually just getting the physical copy and holding it and going through and rereading it again. It was just a lot of fun. The artwork's fantastic. Can't wait to read this next one. This is gonna be a blast.
Yeah, it's so funny because I've been working on issue 3 and I finished it up and we sent it off to Casey Pierce for final edits. Mm-hmm. She did a read through early on, and I went back with notes and readjusted stuff and ended up adding 2 pages to the story there at the very end. And in adding those 2 pages, it kind of allowed me to rewrite the last 3 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just wasn't really they weren't really popping with me. I wasn't really happy with it. The exchange and the dialogue back and forth just wasn't punchy enough for me. So I ended up rewriting 1 scene, and then I would look at the following scene and go, "Oh, I got to fit it." And the last 3 scenes are just completely rewritten. So, but I've been so into issue 3, I've kind of forgotten about issue 2. It's not out yet. People haven't read it yet.
Yeah, that's why I actually keep, with my issue 3 I'm working on for Crimson Shadows, I actually have issue 1 and 2 next to it, because every now and then I'm like, wait, what happened? I have to go back and read, because I've got up through issue 5 written, so I've got all this data in my head. It's like, wait, I gotta go back to the book. What happened?
Yeah, and it's funny because I was supposed to hop right over and start working on the script for issue 3 of Pitter Patter,
Uh,
but producer B was like, "Well, don't. What do you think? You think you should, since you're in the roadkill rampage mindset, don't you think you should hop onto issue 4 and get that written since it's fresh in your brain?" Um, and I was like, you know what? You're probably right. So in the last 3 or 4 days, I have notes in my phone. I have a voice file in my phone. I have notes on some post-it notes here. It's just been coming to me.
Right.
So I've been writing it all down. I've got the beginning and I've got the ending, and I got to figure out the middle. But it's the final issue, so it's that you know it's the climax of the story, and it's the result and end of it and everything. So I'm really looking forward to jumping in there, and I'm kind of excited because there's going to be some swing back stuff from some stuff that happened at issue 1 that's going to come around full circle, and I'm really excited to work that in.
Nice.
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's change gears a little bit here, so we don't bore everybody with Roadkill Rampage too much. They don't want to buy it because we want them to buy it, but we'll come back and visit before the end of the show here. But I wanted to share a screen here. We've got the new trailer for the Book of Boba Fett. And now, have you seen this trailer yet, Rodney?
I saw it once, but I won't be mad if I have to see it again.
All right. Well, I'm going to play it. We've decided going forward, screw them. They can send us letters so they never find us anyways. We're giving a free promotion. Here's the Book of Boba Fett. We'll talk about it as it's going on. Just a fantastic looking trailer. Robert Rodriguez at his best.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise.
I got the chills.
Yeah. Yeah. Goosebumps.
I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer.
Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
Notice his armor is starting to get chipped again.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
There's the Robert
If he had spoken
Rodriguez stuff.
such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please. Speak freely.
You can now say next month.
Yeah, Wednesday, December 29th. And so I have a feeling Scott and I will be watching the Book of Boba Fett in the morning right before Musings, and probably giving spoiler-free, tons of spoilers given away because we're not going to be able to help ourselves review because I'm just...
It's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. Of course, I said that about Star Wars Last Jedi.
Yeah, well, we were more hopeful. You know, it was one of those things too. What little bit we saw at the time was like, okay, this looks pretty cool because all they gave us a little quick stuff. And they come to find out that was the only good parts there was, and that was like that 2 minutes. So, because I remember we pre-recorded those shows, Rodney. We had I was gone for part of the month of December that year, and so we pre-recorded the shows when we were in the studios, and we were like, oh yeah, we haven't seen it yet when you guys listen to this show, but we're excited for it. Blah blah blah. I remember seeing it. We both saw it on a preview night, and Scott calls me up the next day. And he was like, "What? What'd you think?" I said, "Well, I got to see it again, make sure." I think and then I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
"Yeah." The second time I saw it, I'm like, I actually liked it less. Oh my god!
Yeah. I've seen it one more time since then, but so it's the only one I've seen 3 times. I can't tell you how many times I've watched the other Star Wars. I've watched only the the Rise of Skywalker maybe only about 4 times, only because the Last Jedi it's like I don't even want to go through them.
Yeah, it was funny when we were at the movie theater watching it. My thought was, do we have to stay for the rest?
Yeah, it was that was brutal, but that goes to show you what someone that is not really a fan of the source material would do to a story.
Yeah.
And he just created his own thing, and then you get what Favreau and Filoni did with Mandalorian, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
we've got Robert Rodriguez leading the book of Boba Fett for his episode from the Mandalorian. Really showed what he can do, and
Well,
now
these
we've
are
got
people
true
who-
fans.
And yeah, Rodriguez loved the originals. You got Filoni loving the original, the behind the scenes stuff. The reverence Filoni has for the history, the characters, what George Lucas's vision was. You
Yeah.
can see the difference in who is leading the helm,
Yeah.
and you can also see the difference when you go to any toy store. I go to the Meijer near me; they still have Last Jedi toys out.
Yeah.
That no one's buying. It's like just
You might want to start buying them now because see they're going to also become very valuable because nobody has them.
because nobody has them. That's true.
Yeah,
Buy up all the roses you can, you know.
I always say when people that are out that aren't really fans they'll ask, what's up with this Mandalorian thing? Why is this so popular? I thought Star Wars sucked now. And I tell them, I was like, well, the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett that's coming out in December, I said, it's kind of like if the three of us were handed the property and said, here, go make a miniseries. Because we are all very passionate about it. We are all fans of the original trilogy.
We're not going to go and change the characters, change their personalities, change what they were doing. I mean, that's the problem with that Ryan Johnson had with the second film was just from Finn alone. He had Finn who had redeemed himself at the end of Force Awakens and was actually on board with everything to become, and now he's a coward trying to run.
Yeah.
None of it made any sense at that point.
Yeah.
And where we would actually have taken it and been like, no, he's now stepping up to be the next hero, and and things like that, and just
it was very people they just had no idea where they were going.
Yeah.
Well, he took the basic synopsis of Force Awakens, and he's admitted this in interviews that basic synopsis said, okay, so this is what they kind of did there. Didn't know the full story. Didn't consult with.
He didn't even see the first one.
Didn't see the first one, and he just made the second one. Said, okay, so this is where they're going to be going from here to here. And he basically said, okay, and during this little time in between the two movies, everything's been decimated, and they're now going after Random Planet, and always left is this little bit.
They even had to change the ending of Episode 7 because he had diverged so far to making where Luke didn't want to be part of the Force and all this stuff. They had to change the end scene and take out stuff because they're like, oh, well, this won't work then if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. That's also and when they saw that, then that's when they reviewed Solo and brought Ron Howard in to fix it
and fired the guys who were destroying that. They were making a mockery of everything.
What did you guys think of Solo?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I did.
You could tell the difference in a couple of the different times at different scenes where it was footage they used from the first guys versus what Ron Howard did. Well, Ron Howard came in, looked at the script, got a hold of Kasdan and his son and said, look, we got to fix this. And they came in and they fixed it. He also brought in dialogue coaches to work with the main actors. So they sounded more like Harrison Ford and Billy Williams.
My only complaint is when Ron Howard took over and they changed everything up, I wish they got rid of the guy they have as Han Solo and replaced him with Anthony Ingruber. That's who should have been cast from the start. He does a spot-on Harrison Ford voice impression. He looks like a young Harrison Ford. He played a young Harrison Ford in another movie that Harrison Ford was in. Yeah. He's perfect. And visually, he looks like a young Harrison Ford. It would have flowed perfectly if he was in that role. But with that said, I've gotten used to the other guy, which to this day I don't know his name, which is amazing. I know every actor in Star Wars.
The only thing I saw was he's got him and Amelia Clark have a official Pix signing going on, and I looked it up and I was like, I think he's like $300 or something like that for a signature. I was like, what?
Now that I've gotten used to him as young Han Solo, though, I do hope they continue the series. I believe this was really meant to be a Black Sun trilogy, and Han Solo was just
Crimson
part
Sun.
of it.
Crimson Dawn.
I'm sorry, you are correct. Black Sun is the name of the criminal organization in the Legend series.
Yeah.
Crimson Dawn is the new name that they have in the new series.
So I'm kind of
Darth
hoping
Maul.
we see some hints of that in Kenobi next year, and then they go forward with because there's been talks of a solo series, and that'd be I think it'd make a series to continue that on. So.
I agree. So you said there were 2 trailers that came out.
Yeah,
there was
and right
one.
now that was that one, and then I'm blanking also.
Was it the Lightyear one? We did cover that.
We did Lightyear last week, and then oh gosh, I'm blanking.
Well, while you're thinking of that,
yeah,
I'm gonna give a spoiler-free review. Last Night in Soho, saw that. I loved it. I was pleasantly surprised by that. It's done by Edgar Wright, which what did he do? Was he Ant-Man? Did Edgar Wright do Ant-Man?
And he's done a bunch of other stuff. He's got a long list. So
here we go. Edgar Wright, IMDb. He did Ant-Man, Baby Driver, Shaun of the Dead. You know, these are all
Baby
fun.
Driver was really good.
Yeah, so he did some really good stuff there. Like I said, Ant-Man. What else did he do? Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So he's got a good collection of movies there under him. He's doing the upcoming Running Man movie remake. He's handling that. So some good stuff there. But Last Night in Soho, when you watch, here's what I love about it. One of the things I love about it, kind of like the M. Night Shyamalan movies, there's a trailer and you think you know what's going to happen based on the trailer. It's completely different. It's an interesting movie. It's actually scarier than I was expecting. The trailers led me to believe it was going to be kind of like a film old noir detective type style, but like this kind of time travel thing mixed in. It's actually very spooky and intense in some parts, and great cast. So I highly recommend seeing it.
Yeah, I found what I was gonna talk about here. So let me pull mine.
Okay, let me remove this one.
Yeah.
There you go. Go see Last Night in Soho. Good stuff.
Yeah, we've got the new trailer for
lately.
Morbius. Morbius is coming out.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet.
I've not seen the one they just released.
Okay.
I should have died years ago. People all over the world, disease. I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
People are strange. Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been
Why
missing
won't they
2 months.
song in the Doctor Strange?
Stranger. Then you were found on a container ship that washed up off of Long Island. Faces look ugly when you're alone. What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew. I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly. I have increased strength and speed and some form of bat radar. What else can I do?
There are limits. There has to be.
There's something inside of me who wants to hunt and consume blood.
Michael.
When you're strange, faces come. Can you control it?
I don't know.
Half the city wants to kill you.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
The other half wants to control you.
Hey, Dr. Mike, You and I should stay in touch.
I'd do anything to save a life. But I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them. Are you here to heal the world? Or to destroy it? Who the hell are you, man?
I am Venom. I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
Nice.
Yeah, they're tying it into Sony doing it. They're tying it into Spider-Man. They're tying it into Venom because there was a shot of Spider-Man said "murderer" on the wall there,
Yeah.
and then of course
Well,
we got him saying he's Venom. So
you also saw Michael Keaton, who was the Vulture in Spider-Man. The end of Venom 2, they linked Venom into the MCU. You see the end scene from the last Spider-Man movie where they reveal Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That was the breaking news there. So I really wonder too, all the talk and focus on the next Spider-Man movie is about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. We know about the villains like Dr. Octopus and stuff being in it, but we could easily see Venom show up
I believe we are from the end of the Venom 2 movie.
Right.
He sees something and sees what's going on. I think he's coming through the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to get into this Marvel universe. So I think it's interesting. And then there's Morbius here. So
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man had Venom, and it was a completely different origin story than what Sony's using.
Right, but he mentions in Venom 2 that he has the same memories and thoughts of all the other parasites across time and space. So
I missed that part.
Yeah, so when they decide to do that little jump there, and then he sees where he's at, his mind flicks and it's like, oh, I know where we're at, and then he takes off. And
got it.
That I think that bonus scene, I think that's tying it through the Tobey Maguire one and coming through that way.
Cool. Yeah. Now regarding Morbius, for those who don't know, Morbius is Marvel's vampire. Mm-hmm. They heard Crimson Shadows was coming out, so they decided they had to incorporate vampires into their universe. But my hope is there's rumors that Marvel wants Wesley Snipes to come back. They have a new version of Blade, the vampire hunter, who will be coming out, but they do still want the Wesley Snipes to come back as the kind of original. The Morbius product will be the perfect platform to launch Blade and maybe bring Wesley Snipes in.
And I thought watching this trailer, the first time I saw it, not just now, but it felt very similar in filmmaking to how Blade was done.
Yeah.
Just of course updated special effects. It's been over 20 years since the first Blade,
right?
But, definitely had that feel to it, and I could definitely see them building around that horror aspect of the Marvel universe that Sony has the ability to work with.
Yeah, and it's a great platform where the Marvel MCU is more family oriented. Sony could really capitalize on going with the scarier side with Venom and Morbius. They can incorporate a lot into their franchises.
Yep. And then they can still cross over and things like that. So, but yeah, so Rodney, if you got anything to say about that, just jump in.
No, I'm really excited about this movie. I really didn't think much about it. I had a lot of hope for it, and then when I saw the first trailer months ago, I was like, "Oh wow, this looks like it's got a lot of promise." And then that's the first time I've seen this version, and I'm just like, "Oh man, I want to see this as much as I want to see the Book of Boba. This looks really intense, and I can't wait."
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're finally getting some good movies coming back out again.
You're right; it does look a lot like Blade in the cinematography and stuff. Yeah, very similar.
Yep. So excited about that. So
very good stuff.
Hey, we jumped $20. Yay!
Hey,
yeah, I'll take credit for that. I had just my pledge. I wanted to do an add-on, so I did a card. So I was like, I gotta have those cards, So, so I put an extra $20 in. So
hey, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You'll be very happy with those cards.
No, I figured I would be. So.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go and become a backer of another great series, Roadkill Rampage 2, it's there. Go to Kickstarter. You can search Roadkill Rampage. Let's see if I do that. I'll put the link again. putting the link in the comments so you can click there. Or how do they find you on Facebook, Rodney?
I am on the Rodney Fyke Art on Facebook, and other social medias real quick is Rodney_Fyke on Instagram, Rodney Fyke at Twitch, and of course the Thursday night throwdown and the Friday night draws. Thursday nights we're on all of my social platforms. Friday nights we're on all of Sean Forney's social platforms, 8 o'clock Eastern both nights. And we get on and we draw, work on commissions or other pieces of work for sale. And we do what we do, and we talk all things nerdy from 8 to about 9:30.
Yep. And Fyke is spelled Fyke.
Fyke, yes.
There you go.
And Hazm.com, HAZZUM.com.
Excellent. Hey, Rodney, thanks for joining us again. You're always welcome anytime. You know that.
Excellent.
Glad things are going good. Glad that your Kickstarter is actually funded. So those that are watching, it's funded, which means it's coming out. So all you got to do is just jump on the bandwagon and get your copies. Order all the covers you want. Especially those naughty nice ones. If you're into that stuff, that's definitely going to be something that down the road could be definitely worth money when this gets picked up as a future project through Netflix or something fun like that.
That's right.
I think it would make a great series on Netflix. It'd be as a great anthology series, Roadkill Rampage.
Yeah.
But the comic is fantastic, so definitely jump on, get issues 1 and 2 if you don't have issue 1 yet. I can't. The book's done.
Yeah, it's done.
And that's the thing also. That's one of the reasons we like having Rodney on is when he promotes his Kickstarters, his stuff is Kickstarter. So you're not going to be waiting. He's not getting ready to start it. They're ready to get it out to you as quick as possible because they're already moving on to the next project, as we've talked about throughout this whole hour. So,
yeah.
So awesome, man. Rodney, can't wait to see you again sometime. Not sure when we'll see you, but we'll see you somewhere down the road.
Probably in the spring.
Yep, if not online here. So definitely let us know.
Yeah, in person in the spring. But yeah, definitely online. We will cross paths.
We'll have to wait till Groundhog's Day when Rodney comes out to see his shadow.
Yeah,
right.
That'll be fun. So,
Awesome.
hey, join us again next week. Scott and I'll be back hanging out. And we'll probably talk some future shows. I'll give you an update on how Akron went for us. And then Kevin and I both found out our locations for San Diego. So we'll talk more about that next week. So until then, see you all later.